everyone, and welcome back to Zoo Crafting! I am Zookeeper Seri, and we are here in Zoodesia for a very special day! We have finished up 2 official exhibits to the area now in our new world, and we have explored and discovered so many new things! So many new things! And we've even gotten my little garden going. Oh, it's just wonderful. We've got the dogs. We have somewhat reliable food for the dogs, thanks to the amazing zombie grinder that Ben and Mara have built, which is absolutely wonderful, so all of our pups are eating properly. And we've got our red wolf exhibit, which you guys are helping us out at maintaining and taking care of that exhibit by helping us to hopefully have some pups show up for our red wolves. Oh my goodness, I'll be so excited if we get some puppies for the red wolves. That'll be amazing. We've also got our Confuciornis exhibit. We've got the Village of Light started. We've got our wonderful little zombie village where we've got all of our previously zombie villagers who are now roaming happy and living in their little village protected by all of their guards. So we've done a lot for just a couple months, but my friends, there is more to come. So today is a very special day where we are going to figure out what animal we are going to build the newest exhibit for. So I'm going to put it to a vote, and I have a few very special items that we are going to vote on. And I'm going to take you guys down to where I'm thinking about putting the exhibits, and I'm going to introduce you guys to some of the new creatures that you know, at least just you won't see them just yet because we might have to catch them. But we're going to be introduced to the areas where I'm considering building some new exhibits, and it's going to be in a vote in a straw poll in the video description below for you guys to pick what exhibit will be next. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to vote on it just like we did with the red wolves, and hopefully we'll be able to focus, hyper focus. I'll do my best to Seri focus and get the exhibit done within about a week or so. So today we're going to take Tate, Lily, and Pine with us on another adventure. All the other pups are going to stay here for now. Mwah, mwah. Alright, hugs and snuggles, hugs and snuggles, hugs and snuggles for all the other puppies, and we'll be back, guys. There we go. Alright, let's break through our kitchen. Where's Carlos? Carlos? Carlos! I was just in here! Carlos! Were you in the floor? Okay, that's fine, Carlos, as long as you're happy. My gosh, he was in the floor. That startled me. Yes, I know, Tate. I know we're going down. My dogs are apparently a little agitated. I bet I have creepers on the cliffs again. That happens from time to time. But so, we are going to go down and look at the areas that I'm considering adding. Woo. Ooh, there we go. But I'm considering adding in some new exhibits or some new buildings. So it's not just going to be animal exhibits that you can vote on this time. It's also going to be some buildings for the zoo itself. And that should be really fun because it helps us to determine, I mean, we're going to be here for years, so in a way there's no rush, but it just helps us to kind of guide where you guys are most interested at seeing us expand our knowledge and our growth in new directions. And forgive me for just a minute, I just have to do this real fast. Wild rice, so much wild rice. I love my little wild rice patty. The dogs are helping me out. But that's what these gardens are for, and we'll never run low on paper or food because the wild rice can be used. Oh, hello! The bunny's helping us out too. It's an aquatic faring bun. But we'll never run low on our wild rice. For crying out loud, Tate! Why are you drowning? Pine, get out of the block. All right, let's gather up the sugarcane instead. Oh, finally! We've desperately needed a good supply of sugarcane and a good supply of the wild rice for a while now. Woo! Alright. Let's get down in here. Break all this up. Ah, it's farming on the go. And that's what our living exhibits are for. So that... Pine! Pine! Okay, Pine, come here. Poor little Pine. Come here, baby! Alright, Lily and Tate are fine. Pine! He's like, I got us a fish! I don't even know where it went. I think one of the other dogs picked it up. Thank you, Pine! Oh, I'm gonna make him rest right there for a second. I really need to get him more training treats. In fact, we might work on making some training treats since they can also be given to the red wolves as pretty good enrichment items and items to help them get used to their handlers a little bit. Again, you don't want to domesticate the wild animals, but you do want to familiarize them with their keepers so that you can try to make somewhat dangerous situations a little bit less dangerous. And holy moly, that wild rice really propagated this time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Remember when it was just 3 wild rice? This is Nutter Butters. I'm not even gonna be able to plant all of this. I mean, there's just so much of it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to make like proper rice patties and everything now. This is ridiculous. This is awesomely ridiculous. I'm just swimming along, clearing out the algae, and planting wild rice. Jeez. Man. Alright, we're gonna clear that little guy out. Oh my goodness. This whole place is just gonna be filled with our wild rice pieces. Oh, that's so cool. Lily, isn't this awesome? Man, this is awesome. So that's something else to consider when we're going around the zoo today. If you guys see a place that you think like a good building, it could be like an ice cream stand. What's that? Is that a fish? Oh my gosh, look! Oh my gosh, look, see? Our wild rice that we have planted is providing a habitat for a very large fish to live. That is so cool. That is so cool. We're providing fish habitats with the rice that we're planting. Here, have some more. I've got more where that came from. Here, have more. Have more rice. Oh, that's so awesome. That is really, really cool. I did not expect to see a big giant old fish swim in here. I'm still not used to fish naturally spawning in our world since they never did in our old world. But thankfully, Ben tinkered with it and managed to get everything working as it should in that regards. I am never gonna run out of rice again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. This is wonderful. And I love how the rice actually will grow. I'm going to leave the lily pad. The rice will grow on sand, gravel. It'll grow on dirt. Lily, are you sitting down? There you go, girl. You can follow us. More wild rice? Oh my gosh, already propagating. Holy days. Well, we won't stick around and just like gather rice all day. But it's very useful to have because we can take this wild rice and ta-da! It becomes paper, which since we're still working on getting a good sugarcane stock is very helpful. And it also becomes cooked rice. And the cooked rice, I bet we could just eat the cooked rice. Oh, no, we're okay, we're okay. Look, our little fish friend followed us. Oh, am I building you a habitat that makes you very happy, little fish friend, sir? Well, I'm happy you're happy. Man, we might be able to start providing wild rice cuttings. Oh my gosh, there's another guy. Holy days, this is so exciting. We're building a habitat for them. I wonder if they were there the whole time and I like plucked the rice up from around them and I didn't even notice because I was just so focused on harvesting. Oh, this is so cool. Alright, gonna plant some down here. Gonna plant some down here. I hope he's not eating too many of my little rice shoots. But he should be okay. He is a big one. He is a big fish. I wonder if a big fish like that eats mostly little fish. There we go. Hello, Mr. Mushroom. Don't worry, pups, we're alright. And done. Yeah, I really will be able to start providing wild rice cuttings to everybody else soon. That is just fantastic. Oops, and I forgot my gear, so I left my gear in the closet upstairs. So we'll have to be very cautious about today. Alright, Pine, come on, baby. We'll try to get some rest. And see, so we do have our living gardens. And if there's places that you think would be really cool to add maybe some sort of NPC who we could do trades with, who could be in charge of some aspect of the zoo, like maybe gathering mushrooms off the paths, and we can trade to an NPC and be like, oh, so you're our person who's in charge of this thing. Oh! Oh! That's where all the spooky things were coming from, Pine, and he's healed now. I was wondering why we kept having all of the monsters pop out on this path, and that's because we built it right on top of a big hole. That makes so much more sense now. And look at all the Confuciornis eggs. Oh my goodness. Like, maybe it would be fun to have a little stand that would sell seeds and things like that. So you could come in and pretend you're like feeding seeds to the Confuciornis. So things like that. That was really cool to have one just fly by our head like that. That was awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick snooze, if there's anywhere I can get a snooze. There we go. Oh, look at all of them. Oh, that's so precious. And they're all making so much noise. There we go. So yeah, if you guys come up with ideas for small shops or NPCs, things like that, don't be shy. Share the ideas. Nom 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 nom. Getting some strawberry juice. It's okay, Bubby. Come here, Pine. Is that gonna make you feel a little better? Here you go, Tate. I know, baby. I know. Oh my gosh, that's so precious. That is the most precious thing when they land in the bird bath. Oh, I love it. Alright, and is Lily with us? Oh dear, and I got an egg. No, baby. I think we left Lily sitting somewhere because I see 2 dogs. But what I wanted to show you guys for over here is one of our very first choices of things that we could possibly build. If you recall, over in this little inlet right here, oh, there's Lily. Yeah, she's doing fine. Are you hungry, Lily? Yeah, she's a little hungry. There you go. There you go. Lily, what's Lily? All right, there you go. There you go, girl. But if you recall, this little islet over here, I actually wanted to build a amber museum at, and I still want to do that. So we might clear away some of the leaves, kind of tidy up some of the trees, flatten the land out, and build an amber museum so that we can bring some of the amber that we find when we're exploring the world and put it here. And I also think if we put an amber museum in, most likely we would have a portal to an Erebus world, so a big giant bug world that would show up over here. So that's going to be what comes with the amber museum. And remember, there's a lot of stuff that comes with amber in this world. There's amber all over the place, and we would bring back the NPCs from Relic Ruins who trade amber for biofossils and things like that. So amber would have more of a purpose. The amber shards would probably be worth less than the other types of amber, and the amber that we could bring back from Erebus. And we have very crafty, sneaky ways of being able to do that. But if we did build an amber museum, we'll have a portal to the bug world that we can go through on occasion to be able to explore and collect things and see what happens when we transport back into this world and what they turn into. So that would be really fun. So that's one of the options on the list, is an amber museum, and that's where it would be. So that would be kind of over in the prehistoric parkway, prehistoric area of the zoo. And then if we come back this way, we have several options for some other things in the area. In fact, let me wiggle through the trees and see if I can find my way to where I want to go. Chestnuts! Wild chestnut trees all over my zoo, providing delicious things to eat. Wonderful for me and you. Alright, here I'm thinking about putting the berry bakery, but it's not an option right now. One of the other creatures that I would love to add back in are our dodos. And we actually stumbled on this perfect little pond that we could surround, maintain, surround, kind of build on and with, and it would create this area. So we would kind of fence this zone in. So we'd fence this big lake in. We'd probably build, hey Pine, not again. Let's get you out of the water. Let's get you out of the water before we start this again. Run, 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 run. Where's little Pine? There's little Pine. Pine, you sit here, Bubby. You sit there. I hear some zombinos. But yeah, what we would do is we would fence this pond in, and we would probably, oh look, there's ducks. We would let our dodos hang out over here. And many of the dodos drowned, so we would have to bring the pond level up a little bit, so we'd have to do some work on that. We'd put in like a big old waterfall over there so it would look nice and pretty. I would try to rebuild the dodo statue, so it would probably go up here. And there's not the eucalyptus trees anymore, unfortunately. We had some conflicts. Eucalyptus, yucca? Nope. Yeah, we don't have the big, beautiful blue trees that were the eucalyptus trees anymore, but I'll try to figure out another tree that we could add in to kind of make up for the big, giant, epic trees that we had planted. And then, yeah, so this would be dodo area. I'm thinking maybe some islands. We'd probably scatter some islands in the lake and put bridges connecting them, like little pathway bridges connecting them, and then have a research area for dodo hatching and the dodo nursery built over there again. So there's an option. Building up a nice dodo sanctuary, similar to the one that we used to have, hopefully just as epic. It might take us a while to get it that amazing looking though, because that was one of our biggest projects in the old world, was the dodo sanctuary. Oh my gosh, so many gardens. Woo, sorry about the laggy lag. That's from some of the gardens that we need to tidy up. And then some of the other options are more of the, ooh, actually, speaking of the gardens we need to tidy up, I'm just going to clear these guys up. There we go. My gosh, they really do start spreading out of control, but not in a bad way. Like, I really love foraging for them. Just, this is supposed to be an area where we're eventually going to have, like, professional pathways and try to have a professional zoo. So, in a few spots, I'm going to clear these up completely. Oh my gosh, we're already full up. So much wild rice! That's fantastic! I have so much to take back to our friends. I can start, oh, I could even set up a little market stall. We should set up a little market stall and be like, wild rice cuttings in exchange for moss. That's the currency I love the most. Or appetites. Ooh, trade me flowers. That would be awesome. But another zone I want to do some work in pretty soon is actually the temperate forest zone, so the wolves aren't completely alone. And I want to add some of the prey items that the wolves would normally eat. So for our awesome redwood, hey buddy, how you doing? I don't have anything I can give you as a treat just yet. Let me see if we have any food in the traps. See if we've caught anything successfully that we could give him as food. Ooh, yeah, we had some successful hunts. So let's give him some bones so that he has something nice. There we go. Something nice to chew on, and we'll give him a little bit of food as well. All right. Ooh, there's a lot of bones. Dang. All right, there's some turkey, there's some raw beef, there's a bunch of feathers and eggs and more leather. That is fantastic. So the bait in those traps are doing quite well. Hey, Redwood, come here, buddy. All right, so let's go ahead and give you a couple bones so that you can be, so that you can be nice and stimulated with the bones. Give you some enrichment items, and then let's give you some food in the form of, whoops, sorry, Redwood. Let's give you some food in the form of a chicken. And let's do the same for Meadow, if I can find her. Meadow is not right here, so we'll wait for now, because I don't want to drag my dogs in there. But I want to add some prey items so that we can kind of start completing more of an ecosystem look and add more to the temperate forest area, because we have a very strong, beautiful start for our temperate forest area with the wolves, but we need more items. So I'm thinking there's a little zookeeper hut that I'm going to build down here, but the options you guys can pick from are some white-tailed deer. So some white-tailed deer, some of the bigger deer of North America, and they're what both the red wolf on occasion, they usually eat smaller prey, but on occasion they'll eat white-tailed deer, and the gray wolf especially will eat the white-tailed deer, cougars as well. So a lot of your large predator animals of North Carolina, or North America, excuse me, will be eating white-tailed deer. And I would love to add another white-tailed deer exhibit in. We had Bambi and Bramble and all of those white-tailed deer in the old world, so that would be an easy thing to go build quickly and to catch them quickly. That would be a really fast, easy exhibit to throw up. We would just need to like put on some fences, and this is the perfect biome for them. It's already pretty covered in the plants that they would need. They don't need dens, they just need open grasslands and lots of things to eat. So we'd go in there with a lot of plants and berry bushes, and that would be really good for our white-tailed deer. So that would be a nice fast exhibit. I want to put it kind of right here, and then we'll have our little ranger station right here. And then up there, another thing you could pick from that would be more based around like buildings is the Wolf Lodge. So a place where visitors to the zoo could come and stay and have like a little elite inn kind of bread and breakfast, there we go, lodge that they could stay in that would be super duper fancy and like use mahogany and all of the chandeliers. There are actually chandeliers. There really are yep, there we go. There's really fancy chandeliers. There's gold and crystal and iron chandeliers, so we could put chandeliers and the fancy torches like that all over the place. Big fireplace. It could have really like fancy food, NPCs who would sell really expensive fancy food that you could buy. So there's that. We could build a lodge up there. That's one of the ideas we have. And after we get that lodge built is when I'll start thinking about adding the gray wolves in. So that's kind of a way where we would prepare for the gray wolves, because the gray wolves would go on the other side of the lodge. So you'd be able to stay on the red wolf side or the gray wolf side and hopefully see both the exhibits from your room. And then the other thing I kind of want to add in is the wild rabbits. So possibly just like your cottontail rabbits. I'm not sure exactly where I would put their exhibit. I might do like a small exhibit over here. We might do a small exhibit for them over there. We might come along and maybe make a little bridge this way and do like a small little exhibit for them on the other side of the river. But they're another prey animal, and it wouldn't be very hard to build them a proper exhibit. And they're another prey animal for the red wolf that I kind of want to have in the zoo, so we can have the sense of like the whole ecosystem is slowly starting to be represented in the world. So there's another option for the temperate forest. And don't worry, all of these are going to be in the link on the voting, the little straw poll. We're going to go ahead and climb into bed. There we go. And there's 2 more options that I think a lot of you guys are going to be pretty excited about, because I know I'm excited about all of them, and we plan to build all of these things. This isn't like you have to pick and we'll never build the others. It's just the order in which we build them is affected by what you guys vote on. And over here, this is exciting because this is going to be one of our tropical kind of jungly areas, and this, if we can work our way over there, so one of the tasks we'd have to do if we did build out here, because it's not a settled area yet, is getting paths over here. We would have to build bridges and paths just to get out here so we could start building. Oh my gosh, so many bridges and paths. Oh, did I leave Pine behind? No, he's coming, good. So we did get Pine. But here, this is the other jungle. This is the western fungi forest. So this is the western fungi forest jungle. We have the eastern one where we're putting all of our dinosaurs and things like that. And then we have the western one over here. And this, if I can get to the right spot, right over there, kind of up against the side of the mountain, is where I'm thinking about putting the chameleon exhibit. So if you guys want to see a reptile exhibit, the start of the new reptile house, or maybe the start of the reptile area, like we might scatter the reptile exhibits around instead of just doing one building, because that'll make it so we can do a lot more diverse habitats and diverse setups for the animals. But we could put the chameleon exhibit over here. So if you guys want to see that, keep in mind it would mean we'd have to build all the way out here and make sure we connect our pathing up. But eventually we're going to have to do it anyway. And it would open up more areas of the zoo to work in. We could put the chameleons over here. And woo! Ouch. And it would mean clearing out some of this really thick forest. But the thing is, this is right on the other side of our house. And we haven't even explored this like at all. We have no idea what's over here. This is totally untouched land still. Look, there's bunnies here. There's bunnies and wild gardens here, and really overgrown mushrooms that I need to get my hands on. And this is like right below our home. There's our garden up there. So like really, this is not very far away at all. And it would be interesting to be able to explore over here. And the other creature that I'm thinking about putting over here, if you aren't in the mood to vote for chameleon, but you still like this zone, are the peacocks. I want to build a peacock garden, so a really fancy, pretty garden that has wild peacocks roaming in it. So that is something we would have to clear some of the trees out, but that's something that I'm considering building over here as well. So we have lots and lots of really exciting options. We have not explored over in this forest at all, so who knows what secrets are hiding here waiting for us. I know that somewhere over here there's a couple chasms. And apparently there's a bunch of goats who are stuck inside of leaf blocks, so that's kind of amazing. So there's a lot to pick from. There is a lot to pick from, and I'm really excited to leave the choice in your guys' hands, because don't worry, eventually we are going to build all of it! All of it! There's so many options! There's going to be so many exhibits! There's going to be dozens and dozens of exhibits in our zoo. I don't plan on going anywhere for a long, long time. I'm talking about years. I could talk about biology and all of the amazingness for eons and ages, and I can't wait to, and there's a zombie coming down to say hello. Well, isn't that nice of him? Isn't that nice of him? Hello, sir. Yep. Yeah, we'd have to clear out some of these leaf blocks, I think. Well, there we go. There we go. See, he wasn't that big a deal after all. But yeah, so it would be up to you guys to vote for the next place that we're going to put in the zoo. And you've seen the options. If you have more ideas, add them down in the comments below, and I will write them down for future selection of what we could, whoa, sorry about that, of what we could eventually add into the zoo. But for now, those are our choices. The link to the straw poll is in the video description below, and I cannot wait to see what we are going to be building next time. So I'm going to do a couple random tasks in the next couple days to give it a few days for everybody to get a chance to vote, and then we will see what our new creature is. So I will see you guys later, and thank you so much for joining us. And there's a skeleton coming my way, so remember everybody, stay curious, and bye-bye!